Hello and welcome. Today we are going to walk you through how to use the offset feature in Design Space. Cricut's Design Space software helps you bring designs to life. With the offset feature, you can take your designs to the next level. The feature is in Design Space and can be used with all of the Cricut cutting machines. I can't imagine living without it. The offset tool creates a proportionally larger or proportionally smaller layer of your design, whether it's text, images, or a combination of the two. Let me show you a few examples of how the offset feature can help elevate your designs. I made this cake topper by creating an offset layer, also commonly referred to as a shadow of this text. Without the shadow layer, my original text wouldn't have been stable enough to use as a topper. I also created this congratulations banner. I used an inset to outline the shape with a foil embellishment. In other words, I created a proportionally smaller layer to outline the shape. I'll walk you through how to make a cake topper and a car decal sticker to show you just a couple of the ways offset expands your making capabilities. For this cake topper, we're going to start in Design Space, and I'm going to select text and write Tatum's second birthday. I already know which font I want to use, so I'm going to search for it. It's called Annie Lou, and I sped this part up so you didn't have to wait for me to do everything, but I just want to ungroup the letters and regroup them when I have them exactly where I want them. So you can see that I have arranged the letters where I want them, and I'm going to add birthday and ungroup again and make them look like they are connected by moving them together. Once I have all the letters that I want in place, I can weld them, but you can see I'm arranging how I want my cake topper initially to look. So I am going to select everything and weld. Then I'm going to apply the offset. By clicking the offset button, you can see that the offset feature comes with a 1/4 inch standard offset for your shape or your text, and I can change that. It can either be a 1/4 inch or I can manually put in, like I've put in 3/4 of an inch here. But it's a little bit too wide for me, so I'm going to change it back to a 1/4 inch. And you can see the blue outline is what the offset layer is going to look like. So you can see that I have some rounded corners here, but I could also change that to be pointed if I wanted. But I'm going to go ahead and apply the offset. And applying an offset creates another layer. So once I hit apply, you can now see that there are 2 layers. But do you see how there are these little pieces in the offset layer? I can get rid of those by going to the contour feature, and I can deselect those pieces of the offset that I don't want to show up. So I'll uncheck those, and you can now see that those pieces are gone. So I'll bring this back up, and that looks about right to me. So now I'm going to change the color to what my actual project is going to look like. So I'm going to use a little bit of a peach vinyl, and then the back offset layer is going to be a silver poster board material. Then I can center those, and that looks good. And now I'll just need to rearrange the size that I want for my cake topper. So I'm going to change my width to about 10 inches. And you can see that that was proportionally changed. So once that's done, I can go ahead and click Make It, and you can see my 2 layers there. I said I was going to use foil poster board for my offset layer, so you can see I'm applying the foil poster board to the mat, and that is ready to cut. Here you can see I'm putting my vinyl for the second layer on my mat, and it's ready to cut. Then I can go ahead and take the foil poster board off of the first mat and prep it for the cake topper. If I wanted, I could also cut a mirrored image of this foil poster board image so that I could use it as a backer for the cake topper. But for this demonstration, I just cut the front side of the cake topper. And now that the vinyl is cut, I can go ahead and weed. And this font that I've chosen is a really good example of how offset can help you, because there's an apostrophe and like there are thin letters to the font. And so by having the background or the offset layer, it helps me so that I can have one cohesive cake topper instead of having several different elements that would need to hold up this cake topper. So now that everything's weeded, I'll go ahead and apply my transfer tape. And we are almost done with this cake topper. I'll make sure to burnish it on the front side and the back side to make sure that the vinyl sticks to the transfer tape, and then it's ready to apply to the foil poster board. Okay, and then we will remove our transfer tape and you'll see the finished product. Do you see how the ND of second wouldn't have been able to stick to the rest of the cake topper if I didn't have that offset layer? Or the apostrophe? It's nice to have different options with designing because offset layer keeps everything together, especially for cake toppers. So here's the finished product for the cake topper, and I'll just add a little skewer to it and it's ready to go.